Now you wait just a goddamn minute. Are you telling me I spent 100 hours playing Cyberpunk and I could have been riding this roller coaster the whole time? God dang it. In my review of Cyberpunk 2077, I was overwhelmed by the response, so I just want to take a moment here and thank everyone that watched it and contributed to making it my most successful review video yet. The comments were full of positivity, and two things really stood out. Number one, you can ride the roller coaster. Thank you for that. And two, you all wanted me to play Phantom Liberty, so by popular demand, here is my review of Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty. In Phantom Liberty, V is contacted by Songbird, the aide to the President of the United States. Nope, not that one. That one. Songbird says that President Meyer's transport is going to crash in Dogtown and she needs V to help save her. In return, Songbird will help V get rid of the relic in his head and save his life. Now I know what you're thinking. Dogtown sounds amazing. Why would you need to be rescued from a place like that? Well, it turns out that Dogtown has nothing to do with sweet, sweet puppy love and is actually a walled-off section of Pacifica run by the warlord Kurt Hansen.
I'm Chris Hansen.
No, Kurt Hansen. Anyways, there's no dogs, no government, and definitely no roller coasters. Lame. Dogtown is pretty interesting though if you dig into it. While Night City has its issues, it generally runs as a functional society. It's a very messed up society with lots of problems, but it's functional. Dogtown, on the other hand, is a bit less Hunger Games and a bit more Hunger Games 3. Night City is late-stage capitalism and Dogtown is end-stage capitalism. There is still massive wealth inequality, but the overall state of things is much more chaotic. The streets are controlled by militias, there is garbage everywhere.
Something stinks here.
And you best watch your back on those side streets.
Hey, you wanna see my dick?
Initially, Dogtown felt a little bit small to me, and I worried that it was too small. You can drive from one end to the other the long way in under a minute.
What is this?
A center for ants!
But the more I worked my way into it, the tighter it grabbed me. This place isn't something you can blast through. It takes patience. It takes curiosity. When you slow down and start exploring all the nooks and crannies, you find that Dogtown is actually very, very dense. There is so much verticality that it's basically like having 3 maps stacked on top of each other. I missed that entirely in my first drive through, but I'm glad I stuck it out. I do have one gripe about the layout though. I know it's supposed to be a high security, walled off haven from the corpo overlords, but it is really annoying to get in and out of Dogtown. It slows you down to 24 miles an hour as you come up to the gate, then you gotta drive in, stop, wait for it to scan you, and then the door opens and you're still limited to 24 miles per hour on the way out. This is 2077, you guys. Surely they can scan me as I blow past a checkpoint at 150 miles an hour. What kind of jank-ass future is this?
Jesus Christ, V, this ain't some teenage anarchist boot camp.
I'm kidding, of course, but I do think that they could have made this process a little bit easier, and a second entrance wouldn't hurt either. Weirdly, this tiny section of urban hell seems to have a very robust automotive manufacturing industry because there are over a dozen new vehicles that come with this DLC. I won't go through all of them because I don't want to, but here are my top 3. First is this Batmobile looking thing from Quadra.
I'm Batman.
It's actually not particularly good at anything. It's quick but not fast, and it handles just kind of okay. But damn, just look at this thing. It's clearly inspired by the Dodge Daytona from the 1960s, and it's so cool that I'm pretty sure you legally have to wear a leather jacket to drive it. Next is the, oh god, Mizutani Hazuki? Mizutani Hazuki, let's go with that. This thing is basically a rallycross car. Really good acceleration, really good handling, small enough to sneak through traffic. It's perfect for navigating tight streets and letting out your inner Ken Block. If you grew up watching Initial D, you'll love this one. Finally, we have the Hellhound. I think it's pretty obvious why I like this one. It's a freaking tank. I won't lie, it's slow as balls, but it's a freaking tank. And not only does it come with the standard machine guns that a lot of other cars have, it also has rocket launchers. I don't even know why this DLC has a story, because frankly you can solve any problem you might encounter with the Hellhound. Traffic? Rocket launcher. Kids loitering? Rocket launcher. Spiteful ex-girlfriend? You guessed it! Rocket launcher. As for weapons, there's probably some new ones. I don't know, I didn't really notice. Whatever they added, it was subtle enough that it blended in with the mix of weapons that I normally used, and so nothing too revolutionary there. I'm just gonna gloss over it and move on. Once you finish exploding everything that moves with the Hellhound, you will eventually start going through the story in the DLC, and this is where it starts to deviate from the base game a little bit.
Got this hot, itchy feeling in my groin.
Where the main story is focused on tracking down means and methods to get rid of the relic and save V's life, the DLC focuses more on saving Songbird and the President. You meet with Idris Elba and some other lady, and they make you a secret agent while you work your way through political intrigue and espionage to secure the safety of the government.
Got my first mission for you. Need you to neutralize 3 shots of tequila, stat.
The relic kind of falls into the background and mostly just serves as a pot of gold at the end of your journey. This is especially weird because the DLC is meant to be played before the final mission of the base game. It serves as an alternate ending that you can take instead of breaking into Arasaka. So it forms a weird branch that kind of hangs off the base game like a third nipple.
You've got some balls.
It's attached, but because of the different tone, it sort of feels like it doesn't belong. But if you ignore the rest of the base game, Phantom Liberty stands on its own as a fantastic experience. The story is deep with tons of twists and turns. It dives into really complicated problems that don't have obvious solutions, and in many cases you're forced to choose the better of 2 bad options. It's a wealth of moral quandary, and it is exactly what I expect from CDPR. They have proven themselves to be masters at creating narratives that make you care about the choices you make, and instilling true fear that you might screw something up if you make the wrong choice. True to the RPG genre, there are multiple endings to choose from. I haven't seen all of them, but the one I got was truly bittersweet. I accomplished my goal, but I did not feel good about it at all. And now, sitting here, I just can't help but think about that roller coaster. Damn, that thing is fun.
I doubt you could even imagine it.